And we're back. That short break, shortest of the breaks that we bring here at MMA Battle.
Ladies and gentlemen, time for our sixth contest of the afternoon. Entering the battery case first into the red corner. Make some noise for Anas Palani.
Palani from Team Apex. Do you know what the Apex Predator is? Oh, Chris is going to join you in a second. Oh, hi, Chris. I was going to ask, do you know what the Apex Predator of the Apex Predator is? My son told me this the other day.
Well, the Apex Predator, tell me, a blue whale. No, killer whale.
Humans.
Oh, yeah.
We kill and eat everything.
Yeah, whales are delicious.
Bam.
Turn them into perfume, right?
Anas Palani from Team Apex fighting at 57 kilos flyweight.
Let's come all the way from Norway. That's some dedication.
Yes, so this is a big question. And then we have a new gym on the scene, Legends MMA over in Luton. Proud fighting city.
Are they a Thai boxing gym? What do we know about them?
Very, very, very new. Just started in September. They brought in a handful of very, very strong coaches.
Very good.
And you see a few of them.
And as we're entering the cage into the blue corner, make some noise for Daniel Galloway.
Daniel Galloway, he's representing Legends MMA. He's taking that whole gym, putting it on his back, and marching them in. This might be one of the debuts for this gym. Not to mention for Galloway himself. I was speaking to one of his coaches. He's never even had an interclub fight, but he spars great and he wanted to put him in. So here he is, and he's coming in excellent shape.
Yeah, I mean, I think as coaches, there's some fighters you want to, especially young fighters, you want to bring them through very slowly, get those interclubs, get them cross-training at other gyms, different disciplines. But you get those guys sometimes that are just, you can see them in the gym. You're like, right, this guy is improving at a rapid rate. We can skip some of those steps, jump to the amateur MMA ranks of the likes of Battle Arena, and they're going to do just fine. But these lights, they are bright lights, dude. And some people shine, some people go dim. We never really know until someone walks out the cage. And just occasionally, just occasionally, you get someone that walks out, they've never done it before.
But he makes it look easy.
Yep.
Right?
And he's fired up, definitely.
He really is.
About being fired up, Steve, one of the things that I find with the top civil cage champions, they don't look that fired. Very calm, even in their first few fights.
Weight 57.4 kilograms. Representing Team Apex. Make some noise for Anas Palani. And this one of the fighter in the blue corner. Weight 57.4 kilograms. Representing Legends MMA. Make some noise for Daniel
This is one of those times when you've got to be telling Galloway, making his debut, like you said, you don't have to be too fired up. Just take a breath, because all that adrenaline is pumping through him something fierce at the moment.
Yep. So we've got Anas Palani in the blue and black, and, Daniel Galloway in the solid black.
Galloway gets a little bit of success early. Right kick, left teep.
Enjoying the striking of Galloway. He's starting pretty, both fighters starting frenetically. Nice hooks.
He's getting backed up there. Nice, more thundering kicks. This is great, nice speed.
Palani's being patient though, he's just slipping out the way, he's keeping his guard nice and tight, he's trying to pick his moment to come with those shots.
Oh, maybe missed time there. There was just nothing before that. And now Palani is walking him down a bit.
Palani sits on his shots, dude, he really does.
I haven't seen a jab really established here from Galloway yet. There's a lot of right hands.
Good combinations by Palani. Nice lead hook.
Calls to keep moving, but he is circling to the power hand of Palani.
Palani doesn't back up either. He's controlling the middle really well.
He is, and something I'm seeing that's a bit troubling from Galloway is that he's throwing a lot of lead rights. A lot of lead rights, and that's going to be easy for Palani to time. And see that shoulder pump. Nice leg kick comes off. The cheap work is very, very nice from Galloway.
Like Palani's footwork, movement. Both fighters landed big.
Snapped his head back there.
Oh! Nasty.
Just kind of fell into it, I think, there.
Lovely shot. Palani, look at that. Just out of range, just come back with a nice 1-2.
Yeah.
He is eating those leg kicks, though. Nice. Galloway sat down on that right.
Did. Now Palani wants to start using some gamesmanship, getting drawn in. Clinching would be good.
Oh,
These
left
two
hook
on the way out.
break.
This would be hard to score this. If you're looking at damage,
Galloway's moving more. He's throwing more variety, but Palani's constant pressure. He's having these moment plays.
Look at this though.
Bombs. Not kicking a lot, Palani.
Galloway is wilting a bit.
Yeah.
That little pop, that little step that it's not there right now. And Palani hasn't been bouncing around all over the place. He's been stepping and dragging.
I'm sure it's frustrating dealing with this. Palani just won't back up. You hit him with a truck and he's still there. Footwork like Palani, patient.
Really, really strong hips there for the takedown. Now he's getting backed up for the first time into the fences. Palani. Let's see if there's been some head position discussed. Daniel Galloway. Nice knee. See if he fires another one. Good. He's got really, really strong tie clinch here. Good.
So respect at the end of the round. I mean, it's a very close round. Palani, not a huge amount of variety in his techniques, not a lot of kicks going on, but his hands, they've got lead in them.
Much flashier work from Galloway, you're right, but the reddened face of Galloway right now is showing. You see the cut man's in there for both guys, trying to lay some of that cold onto the cheeks. I used to use the metaphor of like having sandpaper when you're trying to break a boulder, right? Or even just having a little tiny hammer, just chipping away. Trying to land big shots, trying to lead with right hands is a very, very dangerous course of action. I think if I was in the corner of Galloway, I'd be talking about starting to establish the jab, slipping behind that, and then using that to set up your leg kicks, your knees up the middle, your head kicks, etc. The right hand will come, but pumping it out, beginning, it's not orthodox. It does tend to land early on, but then they time it.
And if you love all things MMA, check out the Fisticuffs podcast with Dan Lester, regular interviewer of some of the fighters here on Ballerina, as well as other huge guests. Who do means them? Here we go. Galloway versus Palani.
There we go. You see him think about that. Starting to pump it out. He got a lot of success in the tie plum at the very end of the first round. Maybe he'll go back to that.
This is nice for Galloway, kicking up the middle. That front kick to the head, very high, just playing the range game.
Even if you're covering up with that, it still hurts. It's still going through the glove, and there's a strong impact there.
I think Galloway was coming off slightly worse in the boxing exchanges. If this is his adjustment, then he's going to come out. He's now a kickboxer, or it's just a kicker. It's a good adjustment listening to his corner.
I just got sweat on.
Steve doesn't like sweat.
As he walks forward, teeth. A little flash kick, toes in.
So Palani needs to actually go a little bit more pressure now. He needs to.
This is when you start finding that the tempo is going to change. The kicking game of Galloway has really reddened up that outside thigh.
Yeah. This is much more Galloway.
Galloway, he does have the swag to him. He's all that in the bag of potato chips.
It's the punching where Galloway struggles, and this is where he struggles when he's being pressured up against the cage. Trying to circle back.
Make sure he's covered up there. He's got to make sure that right hand is high.
And now he's got his ranger throw some kicks. Should throw some kicks.
We saw that from Benafia earlier in the night. Just having that right hand glued to your cheek is a really good course of action, especially when you go up against the cage. shift in there. And Palani just making him move around. Like, if you're going to talk about cage control, it's all Palani right now.
Yeah.
Moves to the body, moves to the head.
Galloway coming up beautifully. Nothing got through. Circled off the shot. Interesting. Oh, he sat back way too easily, Steve.
That was one of those times that you just run into a brick wall.
Yeah.
You can either stand back up, or maybe just ran it a bit hard there.
Lack of plan B on this.
You can really jolt your neck too coming around like that, so be careful. Nice control of the knees, nice control. Going to be looking for that 10-second warning coming very soon. Galloway doing well off his back here just to keep Palani thinking twice about entering in on any sort of big ground and pound.
Yeah. Palani, patient, technical, it's good. Keep his head back.
Alan Jackson doesn't like this.
Stand up. Good work by referee Alan Jackson. One of the best.
Jackson probably saved Palani's knees there. Palani is so good at getting in. There we go.
Big hook.
A little bit of Mike Tyson there.
Palani's looked so composed the whole fight. Now, in round 2, he's looking for the finish.
Slowly but surely.
Limping, Steve. He's limping, Steve. He's definitely limping. I think there's either those kicks from the ground or some of those leg kicks.
He's no selling it right now. That's good. There's been a lot of positivity from the corner of Palani here. Just slowing things down. You're seeing a guy that's coming out with a frenetic pace like Galloway.
Is that Dr. Rich in the corner?
That is Dr. Richard Miller.
Yeah, oh, that's very
Kickboxing
good.
coach extraordinaire.
Incredibly good coach. Very impressed by Dr. Richard Miller. Has he worked at every gym in England now?
Pretty much, I think. I think they're all trying to get him.
Well, he's that good. In fairness to him.
I say a very young gym in Legends MMA. They're really starting to put it together. You see black belt Jermaine Gill there on the outside of the cage calling him. You know, obviously his advice is limited right now because it's a striking exchange constantly.
I've been there, Steve. When you're the grappling coach and it's just a kickboxing fight.
Remember, we're brought to you by Eric's Fight Gear Fisticuffs podcast. JJ's Mobile Bar.
JJ's Mobile Fire and Prefer. Privacy first. Galloway needs to get back to these kicks. This is where he's having so much more success.
Yeah, little pump. Not even I'm not going to say he pumps the jab out Palani. He actually looks to land it.
Basically, Palani's not a kick out. He's thrown a couple the whole fight, but he wants to box. He wants to rip the body, switch to the head. He loves hooks, that close range. Galloway needs to stay outside, use those kicks. Palani with the pressure is just making it difficult, and then rips the body again.
Galloway goes to the body there, but he uses the left hook for his trouble, which is the perfect counter. Just heavy against the fence here.
Thunderous shots from Palani.
Yep, you can hear that.
Oh, lovely. That right hook to the body, left hook to the head has landed multiple times.
He's great at ripping it. He's happy to have his head in the chest and looking to land. And big right hand lands. It looks like it's only a matter of time for Galloway. His big mouse there on the left side of his face. Some cuts coming up, and he's really, that pace is slowed down. Not necessarily that it's not there. Look, he's shooting in low to his knees.
Yeah, no commitment to the shot. He's still on the Steve Brinkman wrestling camp.
Maybe one day. He's going to have to shake it off a bit because look, that kick's going to dig in. Right now, a lot of pressure here being put on by Palani. You see, comes forward and he eats it again. Just calls for some feints, but there's a lack of respect from Palani. He's not going to actually bite in on him because he's taken so much of those. He's taken the best and he's been able to give back the worst in terms of himself.
He's just going to struggle in this range. Hear that?
That one really hurt. That shot to the body hurt.
Galloway's got an excellent team there. Richard Miller, an incredibly qualified striker coach in the corner.
I think he's out of it. Alan Jackson's going to have to be on this. Palani's still pushing forward. Nice teep. Sorry, check on that kick there.
Palani has put him away, Steve. I can't, but the pace of Palani's been so impressive as well that he hasn't lost the power in these shots the whole fight. Been exactly the same speed, so dynamic. Galloway just trying to find his range, but always being stalked. Oh, big right by Galloway. Palani.
He's using the left hook to set up the overhand right. That is awesome.
Gotta love the chin of Galloway there. What? Palani's so frustrated now at this point. He's trying to pull away this kid for 3 rounds.
I like what Galloway's doing. He's walking off to his right side. Francisco Trinaldo uses that. He sprints onto a right hand. It's really clever.
Will Palani unload in the last 10 seconds?
Right hand. I think we will see a bit of that.
What a fight. What an absolute war that fight.
It'll be interesting to see the scoring, whether the first round was a bit more even. But, man, it's just Palani just kept, I don't even know if he upped his tempo, really. He just kept it consistent throughout those 3 rounds. And that is a really dangerous thing to do.
Now remember, folks, coming up next we have a professional matchup. Chris Sterling taking on ESI Villamar from London Shoot. Will London Shoot go undefeated this evening? Better stay tuned to find out, but we will be going to our judge's decision in just a moment. And remember, check out private, privacy first chat. You don't want to have the man, you don't want Elon Musk spying on your messages, Zuckerberg reading your emails. We now have options with encrypted chat that is not accessible to anyone else but yourself. I think using blockchain technology.
Blockchain.
Do sound like I know what I'm talking about. Don't really, but I think it's important to privacy.
So after 3 rounds of action, we go to your judges' scorecard for a decision. And all 3 judges have it as a unanimous decision for the fighter in the red corner, Anas Palani. And please make some noise
Team
for
Apex.
Daniel Galloway.
Taking the win all the way back to Norway. Galloway really representing himself well. Just needs to work on his hands a little bit in that close range. I'm sure in the gym he's the guy that's always on the outside, bouncing, using his kicks. Those shots, it's just a little bit of inexperience. Just needs to set up those takedowns, close the distance, not drop to his knees and have a bit of a plan B.
But a great debut, really. Obviously, you want it to go the way you want, but you don't want to crush a can either.